now moves to the circle, puts the ball in the air. Elimination final 2007 is underway. McLaren first tap down for Thomson. Ball not going anywhere. There's about 10 players in a heap on top of the football. Umpire blows the whistle immediately, and we'll have a repeat still in the centre circle. No movement out so far, but now all players, of course, can come into the centre square, and there's a fair number in there. As Bowyer this time a clear tap down for Belpost Hill at ground level. Thomson, they do well. Jerkovic has the ball, dispossessed. Kick off the ground there for Belpost Hill by Urquhart, and at centre half back was picked up Urquhart, smothered off the boot. Nathan Lewis runs onto the ball for Belpost Hill. Quickly it's at full forward and coming in strongly, taking a great chest mark for Belpost Hill is Josh Baseley, a noted goal kicker. He's only 20 metres in front of goal, and this would be a dream start for the Belpost Hill side to get a goal in the first minute of the game. Baseley now, directly in front, kicking to the northern end, moves in. It's not a bad looking kick. It's fading back to the middle of the goals, and goal umpire Trevor Cromer says that'll do.
Can get a touch to it, comes to McLaren, can't get a clean kick. Farah over the top of the ball, dives on it, will need to get it out. Pressure there from McLaren once again. Umpire's going to ping him. He said he pulled it back in, and the free kick will go to the Thomson ruckman in Daniel McLaren. So McLaren from the centre of the ground gets the ball, plays on quickly, goes towards centre half forward, looks for Bab in front, good target, well done from Popovsky behind. Lewis Nathan picks it up, goes by hand to Carter. Carter round the centre wing, looking for and trying to find Hurst, gets fingertips to the ball, can't take the mark. Oh, and toe pokes it over the boundary line, unfortunately, and goes out of bounds on the full.
It was accidental, but you don't get any credit, do you?
So Dale Menzies has the resulting free kick and will bring the ball back into play. Just backward of centre wing. Goes towards the half-forward line. Target Bab once again, but Martin in front. Ball goes over the boundary line. And McLaren in ruck in front of the broadcast box. Goes over the top. Player in alignment, tries to take it out of the air, goes to Bowyer, back to Martin, round the corner. Quick kick will find Lewis in front of Jerkovic, goes to McLaren behind. Now a quick kick going forward. McLeod comes out, up over the top, can't take the mark. Goes to Brent McLeod at the front of the plaque, front and square. Kicks round the corner, but only as far as Sean Lewis, who's pushed back in defence and takes a mark in between centre half back and the back pocket. Plays on now, comes wide, and Popovsky, Nick, takes the mark outside the half-back line. Goes by hand, back to Lima, who's run down the ground. Sorry, no, it's David Popovsky's brother. He's under pressure, but he's able to go back and get the ball. Martin now steadies, goes towards centre wing. And Lewis is a target again. Jerkovic in close attention to him. Comes to Nathan Lewis. He feeds the ball underneath by hand. Now runs away from Jerkovic. Good pace from the coach. Gets a handball up to Hurst. Hurst to Page. Page gets a bump on, but a free kick's going to go to Nathan Lewis.
The umpire paid advantage, then found it wasn't, so good decision.
So we're back with Nathan Lewis, forward of centre wing. Belpost Hill again in attack, goes short, a poor kick, smothered off the booth, goes to Farah, picks the ball up, has time to steady, go back on the right foot.
Oh, great play.
Plenty of pressure there from the Thomson side. Ball now in the hand of Maheras, goes over the top, finds Brett Dowie. Dowie kicks round the corner. Bab again the target with strength. Oh, good one-handed mark there in front of Popovsky. Takes a mark. Plays on the left foot. Goes quickly into the forward line. McLeod and Jackson leads for the race to the ball. Oh, a nice pick up below his knees. Spins on the left foot. Kicks back towards centre half forward. Targets McLaren, but in front is Fursland. Does a good job and relieves some pressure for the Belpost Hill side. A poor kick going forward, only as far as the centre of the ground, but Farron knocks the ball up to the advantage of Nathan Lewis, who now carries the ball through towards centre half forward. A long kick towards goal. Hemley the target over the top. A good knock down by Bradley it was. Got the ball to the ground. Hurst picks up, sweeps in, but he is tackled and umpire says I'll throw it up.
So 5 minutes gone, first quarter, 1 goal Belpost Hill. Thomson yet to score, but Belpost Hill in a scoring position, deep in the forward pocket. And umpire Callender puts the ball in the air. Tap forward there by was Tar doing the ruck work. It's gone into the goal square, and fantastic away again as the ball goes in the air. Bowyer gets the tap down. Ooh, kick off the ground. Jerkovic, Nathan Lewis threw the ball forward. Coley defending for Thomson on the left foot. Goes round towards half forward flank. Riley leads in the race for the footy. Well shepherded there by Bab, but good defensive work by Popovsky. Has the ball towards the boundary. Kazina picks it up for Belpost Hill. Oh, Jackson McLeod smothered off the boot. Good work. Ball thrown back towards Riley. He gets the handball out, then thrown to ground. Umpire said unfairly. I think it'll be a free kick, Riley. Yes, umpire indicating he had handballed the ball away. So Noel Riley, he tried to play on
goal too, Noel.
He tried to handball to Tom Harriott. Umpire hadn't signified time back on. Now Riley has to go to the goal square. It's a magnificent kick. Oh, Coley, he's in the goal square. I reckon he might get paid. He's kicked it off the ground. Umpire says all clear.
That way for a little while. Umpire's called an infringement here, and it's against, I think, the Thomson side, and the free kick will go to Bowyer. So not a good start there for Thomson. You can't afford to give away easy ground, and Bowyer goes long into the forward line. Oh, behind Carter, up and down before the ball got there. Picked up by Hemley. Tackle there from Bradley.
He's gone.
And he's done well, but I think he's done an ankle or something there. He's hobbling around.
He's a big bloke, Hemley, to stand on your ankle, isn't he?
And Aaron Bradley is not too well there at the moment. He's going to be okay, I think, holding his ankle. Coley says, I've got the ball in my hand, I'll take it. But Aaron Bradley now has the ball. I reckon
that hurts behind. It hurts that sometimes when it gets the wrong spot.
Goes short, looking for Bab, and finds him in front of Popovsky. Good, strong grab.
He's got
and 50 metres. So Anderton comes on to replace McLaren, who goes off for a spell.
Yeah, I think those rotations today, Dale, are going to be very, very important at the finish of the game.
Bab now with the left foot from inside field, the centre square. Umpire hasn't pulled time on yet, and the ball will go back to that player once again. So Jeremy Bab to take possession of the ball. Has a second chance because that kick wasn't too flash going forward. Umpire still calling Bab to go round. Now he calls it on. Now we're on again. Bab goes short. Same lead. This time Harriott's out in front. Game doesn't hit the ball at the target. Handball goes back to Maharis. Maharis turns on the left foot. Kicks at goal. Goes across the face and through for a minor score. So Nick Maharis, 2 goals straight. We've gone nearly 9 minutes first quarter. Coming to Fiend Hotel scoreboard.
So long kick out came from Nathan Lewis. It's outside defensive 50. Goal picked up there by Jones. Handball to Jerkovic. He's inside forward 50, but under pressure there from Sean Lewis. Puts the ball out of bounds on the full to the right of the tall timber. Play from the back pocket for Belpost Hill. I would think he might give it a fair sort of a kick. He does that well outside defensive 50, but it's very, very wide, and it's out on the full. Interesting. Josh Coley has taken the free kick, goes back into the corridor. That's where it needs to be. Oh, Jackson McLeod, strong mark.
Brent.
It is young Brent, and I'll tell you what, under real pressure there from Nathan Lewis, and might be very fortunate not to have got 50. So the ball now just chips it forward. Perhaps should have been inclined to have a shot. Sean Lewis read that well and has accompanied the ball. It's gone. First quarter, Bowyer. Great tap out that only came to... that was a terrific kick across the face of goal. In fact, it's right across the face of goal. 2 goals.
Ball thrown back into play. Lewis, Sean comes over the top, knocks it forward, goes to Martin, but then picks up with Sean Lewis once again. Players kick the ball off the ground. Farrow working hard, but Cameron Carr picks up the ball, goes by hand, looking for Lewis. Jerkovic running with him. Both players working hard. Jerkovic wins out in this count, but high tackle there from Casina, and free kick will go to Jerkovic. So
he's off.
That's ridiculous.
He said he hit him with the elbow.
If it's a yellow card, he's off.
Yeah, well, he's off for 15 minutes, isn't it?
He's going for the... He's gone for the card. So Eloise Casina comes off the ground.
And not replaced for 15 minutes. That's going to be one of the...
This has always been
key items.
This has always been one of my big theories. This is when theory A comes into play. So when you've got one off, you've got to use this 15 minutes to your advantage.
And the one less player.
Who do you free up, Laurie?
I don't know, mate. As I said, I've never coached with a card, but I'll tell you what, I'd have plan A and plan B, mate. They know where to go to.
I reckon I'd be trying to free up Tommy Harriott somewhere along this part of the game.
Well, he's the key player, isn't he? Like, he's a player with his coach.
And he's good enough to kick a goal from where he gets it.
So, this is the stupid thing, like, all right, he's given a 50-metre penalty. He's given a free kick for a reporter to play, but no 50-metre penalty.
Well, I think under the old rules it was 50, but whether they've changed the rules, I'm not too sure.
So Jerkovic has the ball. We're back started play again. Goes by hand to Jones. Didn't want to kick the ball. Looking for Maharis. Going back with the flight with courage was Lewis, and that was Sean. But Maharis at ground level does well. So there's a bit of treatment going on there at ground level. Both sides working hard now, and the Thomson side through Jones. Kick the ball forward once again. Maharis a bit slow getting off the ground. I think he's done some damage too. Play McPofsky comes out of defence. Goes towards Hemley on centre wing. Carter lends support. Handball wasn't good, but Carter's able to go back and get the ball. Kicks forward again. Now with the free man, Denneman by himself will take the mark and will leave some pressure for the Thomson side. He now goes forward, Babs the target all by himself, doesn't take the mark, comes to the front of the pack. Brent McLeod at ground level does a good job, tries to keep control of the ball, goes to Anderton, but the ball comes out to Parker. Parker now, tackled behind by Riley, stood up in the tackle. I don't think that was probably, anyway, that's the umpire's call. It's a bit like taking the ball out of the ruck. He didn't have much time, but Riley has the free kick, goes forward, not a good looking kick again, but Highland takes the mark, outside 50, has a chance now to steady and make the next shot count, would be ideal. The lead comes from Maheris, but McLeod it is this time in Jackson. He takes the mark in the forward pocket.
Got to make the most of these, don't you?
Because
You got to kick these.
yeah, you got to kick these. This is his first kick for the day as well, Eric, and he's a goal kicker.
Young
30
Brent,
metres out.
Young Brent's been conspicuous, and Jackson
puts
needs to stand
himself
up.
in. Young Brent.
They got good vertical leaps, both of them, I think.
They have.
So Jackson McLeod now, an important shot on goal, 45-degree angle, kicks on goal. It's going to go across the face for a minor score.
So almost 14 minutes gone as David Popovsky giving Jackson McLeod quite a bit of treatment, and 6 umpires on the ground, not one of them sees it. It's amazing, isn't it?
Reserve umpie's out.
So Nathan Lewis kicked to himself. Unfortunately, the ball didn't come back to him initially. And it's a bad kick. It's out of bounds on the full.
That's the second one he's kicked.
It is.
Out
So
of the full.
the coach is under a bit of pressure. The long kick back in for Thomson is out of bounds on the full also, beside the behind post. So both sides under pressure, making a few mistakes. It's Nathan Lewis again. Third time lucky, perhaps. As he now prepares to bring the ball back into play. Umpire is whistling him to play on. He chips short. It is very short, but taken by Popovsky in the back pocket. So Belpost Hill trying just to play possession footy at the moment, and that's what they're doing. Towards centre wing is that Fursland taking the mark on the centre wing out of side.
He was the kicker, I think.
So it's back centre wing anyway, and Parker under pressure. But a lovely handball comes to Hemley. Now the running play. This is Fursland, and in towards forward 50 with a good kick. Denneman tries to pick the footy up at ground level. He's got nowhere to go. Handball to who? Dale Menzies. They're under a bit of pressure in defence here, the Thomson players, as Denneman does well, atones for that, picks it up. He's under pressure, goes to ground. The ball is continually moving forward. There's a great tackle. Umpire said no prior opportunity. And the rotations are starting here for Thomson as Mitchell comes on, Jones comes off, but the ball is put in the air at centre wing. Or Coley tackle the moment he picks the footy up. Nathan Lewis for Belpost Hill picks it up. Gee, it's tight in the clinches there. There's no easy ball. And on centre wing, the umpire has moved in and will put the ball in the air as Will Urquhart comes on the ground for Belpost Hill.
Carter off.
So a good tap down there into the path there of Farah for Belpost Hill. Good roving there. Left foot kick towards full forward. Terrific tackling by Thomson. Gee, under a bit of pressure, Madden. A wild handball, but they recover it. Handball comes back to Madden. Now a long kick is an absolute shocker from that Chris Baxter. It's somebody in the social club, I reckon, might have marked that well out of bounds, and Belpost still bring it back toward the corridor. That's where it needs to be. Hurst takes the mark for them. 16 and a half minutes gone first quarter. Very interesting quarter at that. The ball at full forward for Belpost Hill. Thomson with numbers there. Bring the ball out to Riley, centre of the ground. Handball over the top to Maharis. Now they're away. Handball to Babs. They're in the middle of the ground, Thomson. Now the long kick to forward 50. Leading in the race for the footy is Jackson McLeod. Marks low down.
Run on, kick out in front of his brother.
Handball quickly to Highland. Highland looking for Brent McLeod.
Good
Terrific
play.
running from Brent McLeod. He marks at 15 metres out. And to paint the picture, he was at the drop of the footy at 50 and he ran really hard toward the goal square, and Thomson have done very, very well. Cameron Carr be interested. The umpires keep an eye behind them as giving some of the youngsters a bit of attention. Brent McLeod, 15 metres out, a bit of an angle. It's kicked across the face. No, he's missed it. He thought it was okay. The umpire didn't. So another behind to Thomson. 2 misses perhaps they could have got. 139. They trail Bell Post Hill 2 goals 12. Common Nafeen Hotel first quarter scoreboard 17 minutes gone.
So ball's brought back into play by Popovsky, goes wide looking for Lewis, and that's Nathan, but Martin's there to assist, gets the ball, now picks it up and goes towards centre wing, targets Bowyer, goes over the top, Fursland has the run of the ball, just needs it to sit up and it does, picks the goal up now and goes to from half forward towards the goal square, Hemley's the target, Hurst, good pace there, gets to the front of the pack, goes round the corner, trying to find Baseley, but I think it's gone out of bounds on the full. He just couldn't get enough screw back, I'd say you'd call it there, but a good attempt, good running, and a good movement from the Bell Post Hill side. So Baxter from the defensive end goes short, not a good kick, and he's found Hemley only 20 metres out from goal, and will have a shot from that position. 45-degree angle.
Days like today, Laurie, they're certainly not mistakes you need to make.
Yeah, there's been some kicking skill errors, Eric, early in the game. There's also been some marking.
Normally a beautiful kick of the football. Distance not even going to be a question, but just a matter of accuracy. Comes in now. It's a nice strike on the ball. That's gone straight through over the top of the umpire's head, and a good goal there for the Bell.
Well, that's how it goes.
So McLaren this time up against Tar. It is in the centre square. Goes from Lewis to Lewis and goes forward once again in front. Denham, and a good strong mark with pressure from Carter coming from behind. So Nathan Denneman will relieve some pressure for the Thomson side. Goes towards Babb. Two players there at ground level. Cameron Carr kicks the ball off the ground. Goes back towards the half-forward line. But picked off there by Fursland. Great pick-up. Goes to Urquhart. Urquhart off the side of the boot. I don't know if that was meant or not, but he's gone and found a player in Carter. Now in the hands of Lewis from 45. Shoots on goal. And that is also a goal to the Bell Post Hill side.
Nathan Lewis time on. They're important as the ball... McLaren went high but missed the footy. Ball still in the centre circle. Stacks on the mill. Umpire giving them every opportunity to get it out, and they do through Nick Maharis of Thomson. Goes towards forward 50. That's going to be free kick to Tom Harriet. The value of playing in front. Martin, I don't think he did too much wrong, but in the umpire's eyes had his hands on Harriet's back, and that's a free kick. So man on the mark is standing on 50. Harriet now. The lead comes from Babs. It's a lovely kick, lovely pass. And this is a goal that Jeremy Babs needs to kick for Thomson. He's only 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Unfortunately, on the wrong side for a left footer. However, key forwards, Laurie, should kick these.
Yes, I've watched his kicking. Haven't seen him play before. His kicking doesn't look to be the best to me, but he's a left footer.
Well,
I think he's dobbed that one.
Done a very good job with that one. Put it on the left boot, and he's gone over the goal umpires.
So back in the centre, Anderson up, does well, taps the ball with his left hand, goes to Riley. He can't pick the ball up. Fursland off centre wing, working hard at ground level. Players now, 3 or 4 players, converge on that contest, and the umpire has no alternative but to throw the ball up once again.
Just to go further with that, Eric, I don't think Gage has had a touch yet, and Tar hasn't
had one kick, I think.
Tar hasn't either, but at least they've put him into the ruck.
So Anderson with Tar. Ball comes down, goes towards Okoli. Jerkovic slaps the ball forward. Gage, there's his first kick. Laurie goes towards half forward. Babb again, big body in front, and he will take the free kick. So Jeremy Babb inside the centre square, goes out towards the half forward line. McLeod leads in the race for the ball. Martin goes back, spoils that mark attempt from McLeod, but he's good at ground level, picks the ball up, goes backward, only as far as Denneman. Denneman goes round the boundary line by hand, finds Highland. No, it's not, it's Riley out there. Body there, but Tar from behind gets the ball down, comes to Maharis. A high tackle. You're right. Good call, Laurie. And the free kick to go to Maharis.
Second tackle, wasn't it? The first one had him round the way. Second tackle high.
Handball goes to Highland. Highland goes short, looking for McLeod. Falls to the front of the pack. Jones picks up, goes round the corner. Babb again leads in the race for the ball, and with good pace takes the mark. So he's right in the forward pocket. A fair angle to work with, but a good side of the body here of the left footer. Can swing around. Has Highland short. A lot of players making ground. Big key forward, I think. Same thing. Go back, have a shot at goal. Just needs to run around and prove the angle. Babb kicks on goal. That's going to be a bit narrow, I think, and it's gone through for a minor scoreboard.
I suppose the good part about Laurie, they've had some time in the forward line, so that's a good sign for them. Yes. So there's the kick in there. Came from Carr on this occasion, but it's... intercepted outside 50 by Gage. Hook around the body. It's a beautifully controlled kick and finds Riley inside forward 50. Man on the mark at 45. And just at the moment, the Belpo still defence at 6s and 7s, Laurie.
Yes, they are, Eric, and Thomson have probably crowded a little bit too much there. Their theory is they want Jackson to run onto the footy, and you've got to get some players out of there if you're going to play that style of game.
So Riley with Bab back on the goal line. Riley, it's very high. It's not going to make it. Bab is there, however, puts the big hands up in the middle of the pack.
He's kicked a goal.
Poor defence. They let him just stroll in ahead of the
Time. Up both ruckmen at it. Bowyer over the top, gets the ball down. Lewis kicks off the ground, only as far as Denman coming the other way. He goes short and over the top and finds Jones. Called to play on because it's been touched. Goes by hand to Mitchell. He waits, now is tackled. Able to get the ball back to Denman, who's continued on down the ground. He goes towards half forward, looking for McLeod. And this time it's Brent in front. Can't take the mark. Goes to Madden. Fends off the coming player at him. Goes short over the top. And Jones, who's pushed down from the previous contest, has taken the mark inside 50. He also goes short. Harriet's the target. Harriet's been found. And Tom Harriet from 45 metres out will kick on goal.
Just his mere presence in that forward 50 creates problems for Belpo still, doesn't it?
He's very smart.
He's a smart footballer, and this is his a big help to the Thomson side. Normally kicks these.
Bread and butter, you'd think, Laurie. So Harriet moves in, crosses in, but he's hooked that. It's coming back. It's going to be good enough, though. So for the first time in the day...
28 minutes. Couldn't be a long time, I wouldn't think, towards quarter time. But Bowyer this time wins the tap down, but Highland at ground level does well. He's a tackle, immediately takes the footy, and the umpire said, no contest, we'll have it all over again. So he moves back to the centre circle, and we'll put the ball in the air once again. Late in this first quarter, big pack of players go for the tap down. Lewis immediately tackled. Dropped the footy, said the umpire. That's pretty harsh, I've got to say. Nathan Lewis had no opportunity there. Free kick, Jerkovic goes towards half forward, and Jackson McLeod takes the mark, decides to go looking for his brother at full forward, but he's also got Nick Maharis, and the coach takes a good chest mark. And really the Belpo still defence under a bit of pressure here because Thomson moving the ball quickly into the forward 50, and there's plenty of movement, Dale.
I just think their mobility's been excellent, like up forward, and Popovsky brothers are not usually outdone like they have been today. But look, it's only early in the game, but let's see what happens.
So Nick Maharis now, man on the mark, 20 metres from goal, 45-degree angle. We'll have a good view from our broadcast point.
Captain's
he moves
goal.
in, and the coach has kicked his first for the day. Nick Maharis gets one.
Yes, and Bowyer and Anderson. Anderson this time gets the ball down, but only as far as Nathan Lewis spins out of the tack, goes over the top with the short hands to Fursland, pushing the back. Advantage will be called. Carter's got the ball now, gets inside 50, goes long to the goal square. Target will obviously be Tar, but the players there for his Peacock. A spoil also from Baxter over the top. Comes out to the back pocket position, working hard at ground level. Basely does well, tries to feed the ball forward, but only as far as the boundary. Running at the back of the pack, ball comes in that direction. Picked up there by Menzies, does well, gets a handball out to Jerkovic, and the running Dowie now has the ball, has one bounce, now steadies, goes towards the centre of the ground. Maharis was a target, but didn't favour that player. Farah working back into defence, has the ball on the left foot. Nice looking kick off the left of Parker. Doesn't quite have the carry, and Jones snips in front. Now kicks the ball towards the half forward line. Popovsky, Nick runs back, will be first there. Will go short, and does so. Goes towards Arundel in the centre of the ground. Good pressure from Dowie. Free kick there, but the ball's come to the front of the pack. Advantage goes to Farah. Looking for Hurst. Hurst leads to the run of the ball. Doesn't take the mark, but follows up at ground level. Spins, turns, looking forward, and will find, I think that is Carter once again, is it? He's taken the mark, goes short. Lewis has pushed forward. Favours him with the ball. Lewis comes back by hand to Carter. Now outside 50. One step, goes short. Unfortunately, Farah was underneath the ball, but it's quarter time here at St Albans Reserve.
So at quarter time, after a 31-minute quarter, 4 goals straight, 24.
On Bevan Hurst.
And that's an interesting move as the umpire now moves to the circle. Siren having sounded. We're underway. Second quarter as McLaren and Bowyer once again. Neither a tap down. Bowyer, second effort good. Went to Farah off the left foot, round the body. Still inside centre square. Ooh, Jerkovic might well get a 50-metre penalty. Nathan Lewis took the mark. Was manhandled after he took the mark, and one thing about the umpires, they've been pretty red hot most of the time this year on that particular decision. So umpire, no hesitation in pulling Jerkovic back. Almost a gimme goal, I'd suggest, Laurie, there for Nathan Lewis, because Jerkovic is almost on the goal 10-metre line. Nathan Lewis, 1 goal already in the first quarter, and a great start this would be for Bellpost Hill. Moves in, no problems about that, straight over the goal umpire's heads. 2 goals to Nathan Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Ball thrown up. McLaren, but Bowyer stands his ground, fends off, I think, and he's been given a free kick against there. Maybe a bit unlucky in that situation, but Daniel McLaren from the centre of the ground has the ball, goes by hand, goes back to Jerkovic on the left foot, goes towards centre half forward. Harriet's there, Babb over the top.
Oh,
good strong arms from the big fella, and Jeremy Babb takes the mark. Has time, steady, goes on now, goes short, looking for Maheris, doesn't hit the target once again, so they need to clean up that little bit of their play. Goes to handball to Jones, good tackle there from Carter. At ground level, works hard to pick the ball back up again, but now there's players from everywhere coming in, and the umpire will ball it up 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle here.
Harris would have been better off a kick to the head of the goal square, you think?
So. Babb in ruck this time, doesn't get there, but it's knocked forward by Popovsky, picked up there by Carter, kick round the corner, but the umpire has called that it's gone over the boundary line. I think it was called by the central umpire, actually. So the boundary umpire will start play once again, forward pocket. Bellpost Hills need to get the ball out of their defensive end. In ruck, Bowyer taps the ball just back to Popovsky. He steadies now. Goes towards centre wing. Parker's going to be the target. Up in front. Good body use. Swings onto the left foot. Goes quickly. Page running through the centre of the ground. That's the target. Doesn't get a favourable bounce, but Basely's there to support. Now looks for the long handball wide. Deneman reads that well. Plucks the ball off. He's going to go wide. And now we'll find player there engaged. So Daniel Gage off half back now. Goes towards half forward. McLaren doesn't take the mark. Falls in the hand of Lewis. Lewis short to his brother Sean in the centre of the square. Has a chance to go further into attack and goes short once again. That'll test the big fella's hamstrings, but Henley makes the ground comfortably and takes the mark. He's still inside the centre square. Justin Tarr will be the target. That's where he's heading for. It's a good, strong lead, good, strong kick, and that's a great finish there for the Bellpost Hill side. So Justin Tarr going back for probably his first kick of the day. From 50 metres, he'll probably kick, or just inside the 50-metre zone. He's gone back a long way outside, but we'll have a shot on goal. 45-degree angle. Be
exhausted before he gets to kick it.
Momentum, he reckons. Here he comes. Approaches the 50-metre line. Gathers some pace. Looks a nice kick off the boot. It struck fairly nicely, and that's gone straight back over the umpire's head. That is a great kick from the big...
Henley and Tarr. So in the middle, Bowyer gets the tap down clearly for Bellpost Hill on that occasion. There's a whistle on play. Perhaps a kick around, a knock around the head to McLaren by the look of it. He's got the free kick. I would think he wouldn't be allowed to play on from there. That's stupid, because all you're doing is allowing the opposition to man up in defence. He was way around from his mark. And McLaren now, he's run 25 metres to get to where he should have been.
He'll be puffed before he kicks it.
He will, and it's not a bad kick. It's inside forward 54 at Thomson. Looking for Babs, doesn't take the mark. Coley, look away, handball to Highland. Highland now, the kick out wide to Nick Maharis, takes the mark outside 50. He's called to play on because he went round, goes back to Highland. It's back in the corridor, and that's where it needs to be. Highland now. Just outside 50, a little chip pass, looking for and finding Babb again. He's been presenting extremely well so far in the game, Jeremy Babb. And 2 goals already to his name. Man on the mark's 40 metres from goal. Will take a very good kick, about 45 degrees, and we're going to be right behind the line of this particular kick. So, Laurie, we'll take him to school and see if he does too much wrong. He moves straight at the target at the moment. That's good start.
Oh,
I don't know where he kicked the footy to, because it's out of bounds, missed by 40 metres, I reckon. And that's an atrocious kick from Babb on that occasion. So the ball ensuing free kick has gone now to Bellpost Hill. Back towards half-back flank, whistle on play, and it's 6 goals straight to 5-4. Bellpost Hill 2 points in front, 6 minutes gone.
So free kick awarded to Lewis for a high tackle there, but the ball's come in. He tries to go short to Carr, but in front and squares Lima. Goes around the fence, and we'll find Casina now back on the ground.
Yep.
And a free kick there against Harriet. Just touch the arms, I think. That's what it was for. So Eloise Casina back on the ground now. Has the ball centre wing. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Page leads in that direction. Riley goes back to the flight. I'd have to pay to the bloke in front, and that's Riley. and that's where the umpire sees it as well. So Niall Riley from inside the centre square looks to go long and straight down the ground. It'll be McLeod and Maharis. Ball comes to the front of the pack again. Nathan Lewis reading the play well, goes backwards by hand, finds Fursland. Now Popovski towards centre wing, has Farah, who's moved well to that position. Farah on the left foot, swings back on the right. He goes short. Page pushing down the ground. Oh, just can't take that diving mark, but Hemley picks up, goes back to Parker. Parker sweeps the ball wide to Hurst, back to Farah, back to Hurst, by hand. Hurst, a little chip round the corner. They're not going directly at goal, but they still have possession. But now the ball's going to go over the boundary line to be thrown back into. Let's get some run through the middle. Ball's thrown back into play. McLaren doesn't get a touch on it, neither does Bay, but it comes to the back of the pack and again falls in the hand of Lewis. A tackle there is in the back, and the free kick goes to Nathan Lewis. So Lewis now from the true centre wing position will kick the bell post hillside deep into attack. Goes towards Hemley, going back with the flight, but great mark to Nick Popovski, who's pushed down the ground. And this again, this is within range for this player. He can go back and have a shot on goal. He will kick from just inside or just on 50. But quite capable of kicking the distance.
He did this out at Thomson when the two teams played. He's playing in a defensive role in the back half, but he runs forward quite often.
So Popovski comes in, crosses over the 50, kicks from about 47. Nice looking kick, goes across the front of the goal, and it's through for a minor score. Belpost Hill, they lead Thomson 5-4.
Harriet, the quick kick in, finds Madden on half-back flank. He goes further. As, Coley was, he wasn't aware of what was happening around. He tried to play on, and Hemley was right behind him. The ball ends up at centre half-back. Gurkovic takes the crumb there in the contest. McLaren receives a handball. Terrible kick under pressure. Jackson McLeod leaves in the race for the footy. Ball bounces unkindly. Martin does well. Tackle without the footy. Oh, his teammate got in the way there, Popovski, but they get away with it as the ball ends up in the arms of Bowyer in the centre of the ground. Goes wide to Page. Why they're going wide, I don't know here at St Albans, and they've coughed it up because Dowie takes it. Handball to Menzies. He handballs under pressure. Umpire, in fact, said he didn't handball it, and gee whiz, it looked like a handball from here. Christian Highland's letting the umpire know how good a decision it was, but the handball goes to Farah. It is for the Belpost Hill side. A long kick into the full forward area, and it is touched over the boundary line. Adjust 2 points, Belpost Hill in front as the ball comes to Dowie. Handball to Harriet. The only one thing he was looking saying that.
You called it beautifully, Eric.
But it is a free kick, Belpost Hill. I can't quite see who's got it over there.
Bevan
Hurst, goal kicker, but he's near enough to 50 metres from goal. But a huge kick from there. He's got Martin leading for him. A shocking kick. It's handwritten for Gage. Can't take the mark. Handball from Lewis comes out to Hemley. Around the body. Huge kick. Oh, Tar from here. 2 hands right in the middle of the back. Not seen by the umpire. And a rush behind.
Wide looks for McLaren. Players favoured by the kicker. Nice kicker. Good strong mark. And he takes the mark just in the field of play. Has Highland inside, but will go round the boundary line. It's going to be awfully close. Baxter maybe just inside. Umpire's allowed it. He said it's okay. Takes the mark now. Goes towards half forward. Casino going back to the flight. That's a good bit of play. A good mark.
Free kick.
Free kick's been given.
McLeod.
And the free kick will go to... Free kicks with Casino. I'm a bit confused what was happening there. So anyway, Eloise Casino has the mark. He's looking for support. Is called to play on now there by the umpire. He goes short. Fursland comes across the front of the pack or front and takes a good strong mark. Arms fully stretched. Now he goes back. Has time to push the ball forward. Target this time is going to be Tar. Peacock in close attendance. Knocks the ball forward. Goes to Highland. Highland to Peacock. Oh, tries to do a little bit too much. The big fella slipped over. Got away with it. The handball goes to Harriet. Back to Baxter. And Baxter goes wide and finds McLeod. So McLeod, and this is Brent on centre wing. Looking to push the ball forward. Goes even wider. Now he straightens himself up now. Looking for support. Will go on the left foot. And he does so now. Crosses the ground. player. Best favourite is Bowyer. He just ambles to the ball, gets around the player, coming at him and goes over the top with a handball to Hurst. Hurst now carries the ball, one bounce, goes inside. Second carry, then handball over to Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis goes short. A poor kick intercepted there by Madden. Picked up by Menzies. He goes towards the boundary line, but goes too far, and it goes over for a free kick to the Belpost Hill side.
It's a little bit pace,
So Hurst,
a bit quicker in the
he also goes short over the top, finds Lewis, and Sean Lewis from outside 50. Looking for the options down the ground. Lead from Carter is ignored, looking to bring the ball into the corridor, asked to play on now, heads in that direction. Gage is best favoured, and Daniel Gage takes the mark. Switches direction, goes across the ground, has players running, and Dowie by himself 10 yards in the clear has a chance to carry the ball towards the half-forward line with a long kick, and that's where it goes. Mahera's out, but good spoil there from behind from Popovsky. Comes in the hands of Casino to Martin, back to Bowyer. Bowyer just stands his ground, handballs back to Popovsky, Nick, and will go short. A good lead straight up the ground, and that's better play. Finds Baseley. Baseley now, he looking for another option further down the ground. Goes over the top of Lewis. Hurst leads in the race for the ball. Heads towards the boundary line, keeps it in the field of play. Swings back on the left. Oh, that's not a bad shot on goal. It's coming round. And Luke Parker
free kick
had hands in the back of Nathan Denneman, but was a good attempt anyway. I think it might have gone through for a goal out of the game.
I think it did, Dale.
So Denneman now goes short. A risky kick once again from that position, but finds Highland inside the corridor. Goes over the top to Gage. Gage now able to get away with a bit of pace. Goes towards centre wing, and Peacock pushed up from the full-back position. Takes a mark. Goes inboard. McLaren on the left foot towards centre half forward. McLeod coming at the ball, but coming back is Popovsky. Does well. Both Nick and David in the contest there. Maheras jumps on the ball, needs to feed the ball out. Umpire says it's not coming out. It will be a throw up at the true centre half forward position with the Thomson side in attack.
So 14 minutes gone in this second quarter. 6-2 Belpost Hill, 5-4 Thomson. Belpost Hill noses in front. The ball's at centre half forward for Thomson. And on the 50-metre arc, the umpire puts the ball in there. Babs does the ruck work for Thomson. Comes to ground, plays Bab. Handball out, bit hot for Maharis, but he does well to control it at ground level. Gets support from Jerkovic. He round the body, looking for Harriet. That'll test the hamstring. Ooh. Dives for the foot. He does well, coming back into it again. Now there's a wrestle at ground level, and the ball is eventually spilt out of the... From behind, Tar seemed to push Bab out, but umpire gave it the okay. A big punch forward off for a rest. Anderton comes onto the ground, and again, Tar via the boundary umpire. Anderton doing the ruck work at ground level. Lima can't control the footy. Ball toe poked along the ground to the advantage of Belpost Hill Firstland. Handball, not a good handball. Nathan Lewis makes it good. Has two bounces, runs the forward 50, not without a chance, but a shocking kick on that occasion. Ball in the goal square for Belpost Hill. Baxter tackled, and the umpires indicated incorrect disposal. Fantastic tackle. It's Josh Baseley, I'd suggest, as the tackler. As yes, the ball being handed back to Baseley. Great tackle, and Baxter made little or no attempt to get rid of the footy. And 9 metres out, 45-degree angle, Baseley the opportunity to kick his second goal for the afternoon. There goes the kick. It's goal umpire now coming back. He said yes.
Starts play, throws it up. Good straight throw, comes down. No player gets the tap on it there, but it comes and favours the player in Jerkovic. Steps around inside, gets a handball out wide to Brent McLeod. Can't take clean possession. Able to go back and collect the ball now with some pace. Picks the ball up and runs forward. Has time to steady. Goes wide. Maheras, again, the kick going forward. Not quite to the mark. McLaren over the top, knocks the ball forward as far as Carr. He's tackled, pulled off the ball. All high tackle there, but umpire sees it. Yeah. And the free kick goes to McLaren. Sorry, no, it isn't. It's Gage. Gage kicks forward, but only as far as Casina. And Eloise Casina takes the mark, goes back by hand to Carr. Carr running across the front of goal, goes in the left foot, goes wide. Will need to be good because it's gone out towards Popovsky. He can't take the mark. Harriet kicks the ball off the ground. Oh, the kick off the ground has fallen in the hands of Jackson McLeod from 45 metres out. Plays on quickly though, goes towards the top of the goal square. Gage is the target. Good pressure there. Tar takes the mark or claims it. Asked to play on and then handballs the ball through for a minor score. So a rush behind.
Still had more players around, and I think he realised. But in the interim, the ball's been kicked back in for Belpost Hill. Kazina went for the mark. At the back of the pack was Carter. He picked up the crumbs, kicks to open space on centre wing. Nathan Lewis leads in the race for the footy. Oh, Jerkovic has tackled him high. Advantage paid. Sean Lewis collects the footy and kicks towards the full forward position. In front there was Belpost Hill, but at the back of the pack, Dale Menzies for Thomson. Handball to Baxter. Handball to Dowie. Dowie now for Thomson. Middle of the ground. Oh, Riley just edged Farah forward on that occasion. Umpire in perfect position. Free kick Belpost Hill. Now the leads come from Page. Takes the mark on the edge of the centre square. Kicks to forward 50. Oh, Hemley. Gee, I thought the leg had gone then. He seemed to slip in the grass there, but the ball comes back to the Belpost Hill side. Great mark in defence. Dowie for Thomson. Last line of defence. Goes very, very wide. Looking for Brent McLeod out there. He can't take the mark.
Gauge forward, have they?
Yeah, the ball's come down out of that ruck contest, comes towards Hemley at centre half forward. The big fellow again testing the hamstrings today. It's a nice warm day for it, so they should be well and truly warm. Kicks round the corner. Oh, Carter over the top. I reckon he interfered with the play there in Menzies. That's the way it's called. Umpires allowed play to go on. Comes wide now. Mitchell has the ball backward of centre wing. Left foot kick inside. Not a good looking kick. Favours Gage. Gage now picks the ball up in the centre square. Goes back by hand to McLeod. He goes on the right foot again, looking for his brother. And again, not a good looking kick, but McLeod has picked the ball up. And that's Jackson. Spins and turn. Goes goalward. That's a better looking kick. Oh, Coley up and over. And old Disco, he loves to jump, and he's been jumping well. He plays on quickly, goes round the corner, and the mark has been taken. Will it be 50? I think he's looking for it, but he won't be paid. And Jones it is, takes the mark some 15, 20 metres out from goal, almost directly in front.
I tell you what, I've seen 50 paid for less than that,
Yeah, I know, but that was just my opinion.
So Jones now goes back, trying to kick Thompson's first goal in the second quarter. Kicks on goal. Umpire comes across, but that's a nice looking kick and will be a good
quarter as Anderton gets the tap down for Thomson. Comes to ground level. Jerkovic picks it up, hooks it around the body, looking for Carley again, the one-hander on this occasion, if you don't mind.
Got party kicks happening.
Two brilliant marks in a matter of minutes, but not such a good kick from Carley. However, it's going to work out because Maharis has picked the footy up. He's tackled. Now it's Popovsky. He's tackled. Tackling ferocious in that forward half there for Thomson, both defenders and forwards. Working very, very hard to get the footy. Umpire calls a stop to play 20 metres out from the Thomson goal. And another goal here would be what they're looking for as Anderton goes in, does the ruck work. Pulled out there from Maharis. Handball back to McLeod. Brent. Handball to Jones once again. Oh, hooked the body, the ball under pressure. Only a behind.
Been able to talk to call on now, and he's kicked the ball out towards half forward in front of the pack. Madden Convery sort of taken the mark with a bit of talk around the contest. It's gone back into the forward line of Coley. Picks the ball up. No, he doesn't. It's gone to Fursland. Fursland clears the defence only as far as Anderton. So Anderton tried to get the kick and dummy. Now goes by hand to Jerkovic. I don't know which would have been a better option, but he goes forward. Popovsky in front. Ball's crumbed there. Umpires allowed play to go on. There's pressure there. Maharis scoops the ball out to Gage. Gage stabs at it. A good smother there from Sean Lewis. Only as far as McLeod in the pocket. Comes back to Highland. Highland on the left foot. Quick kick and finds Farah. It's again called to play on. It must have been touched off the boot. He comes long and wide outside 50. Maybe too wide. Oh, no, it isn't. He's landed just again. Bowyer in front. No ruckman gets a touch on the ball. It comes to the front of the pack. Carter's there. Pressure there from, I think, Jones it is. But no, ball's going nowhere. Now it's picked up there and cleared out of defence by Lima towards half forward. And Bevan Hurst takes the mark. Back with the centre wing. On the left foot. Goes short. Looking for Lewis, who's running with the fly of the ball. Picked off there. Pushing it back as he releases the ball. Goes towards Baseley. Baseley having a 2 or 3 minute break. Ball comes to Peacock. To Baxter. Baxter goes round the corner. Harriet looking to take a diving mark. Can't get there, but at ground level. Picks the ball up. Good tackle there from Lewis. Goes to McLaren. Over the top to Riley. Riley now has time to steady. Again, this wide option. I don't know whether it's good play, but it's found McLeod and Jackson. Takes the mark. As the siren sounds to end the second quarter here at St Albans.
So 31-minute first quarter, 25 second quarter, a lot less scoring in the second quarter. But at half-time in the elimination final shows Belpost Hill 7-44. That might hurt them is the 2 goals Nathan's kicked.
That's right.
Makes a difference. However, Siren sounded, ball's in the air, and Bowyer gets the first tap down in the third quarter. A lovely little handball give to Farah. Farah's kick again heading toward the boundary, and they haven't been listening to you, Laurie, because that should have been down the corridor. There's a whistle on play, however, and Chris Hemley has been wrestled off the football without it, and takes the free kick half forward flank. Goes towards the full forward position in front. Good mark, Denneman, in front of the pack, stood his ground and took the strong mark in front of the pack. So Nathan Denneman there goes wide toward the boundary, and I guess if you're defending, that's where to go.
Kick.
And mate, great mark taken for Thomson. A series of handballs, gets the ball to Riley, middle of the ground. He goes along the flank. The ball's over the head of David Popovsky and Jackson McLeod. Great tackle. Umpire said it wasn't a great tackle. It's in the back. And there's a whistle on play now as
50.
Somebody, it sounds like somebody sounded off at the umpire and wasn't happy with that. So
I think it was you didn't get that right, Umpy, but you cannot comment on this decision whatsoever.
So the 50-metre penalty, the free kick has gone to David Popovsky. He's now in the middle of the ground. We'll be going a minute third quarter. No change to the half-time score. Belpost still 7-2, Thomson 6-6.
Popovsky again goes wide to Fursland out on centre wing, so both sides prepared to still play round the boundary lines and not go straight up the ground. Hemley with a bit of a push in the back. He's been pinged for it all. The umpire called play on then, allowed it to go on. The ball goes towards full forward, falls in the hand of Lewis. Lewis to Martin. Martin, who's pushed forward, kicks round the football on the left foot and kicks a goal. So the 8th goal once again, Anderton with Bowyer. Both players up, and Anderton maybe gets hand on ball, follows up at ground level, does well, goes by hand to Riley. Riley kicks forward, looking for and trying to find Harriet. Casina does well, knocks the ball towards the boundary line, and that's where it's got pushed down this time with Bowyer to do the ruck work. Gets body in front, comes to the front of the pack, picked up by Popovsky, only as far as Page this time. Weaves his way through trouble, goes on the left foot, kicks round the corner, looking for Nick Popovsky, doesn't take the mark. Bowyer, Highland at ground level, does well, works hard. Now the ball's freed up, it comes out to Casina, and I think it's going to go over the boundary line once. In ruck, Bowyer uses the body well, gets a hand on the top of the shoulder. Now it's advantage paid to Nick Popovsky. Runs out of defence, kicks towards centre wing, looking for Carter. It's a good kick, just doesn't quite hit. Throws the ball back into play. Bowyer works his way to the front, comes to the front, picked up there by Brent McLeod. Running towards the boundary line, he swings the ball back, goes to Bab, but he can't get two hands in the air. Now he works back to chase the ball up. Does well, Casina, knocks it back between his legs. It's picked up there by Nick Popovsky. Goes to David, his brother. Chased out of defence by McLeod again, coming wide. Coley over the top of Carr. Goes to Jones. Jones, nice little handball to Highland. That's a better kick, centering the ball up. Looking for McLeod. He can't take the mark, but it's knocked favourably by Maharis. Lima reads that well. Riley tackles him. He'll be pinged. Yes, he is. A player, is he allowed to go on? It's paid advantage. It's gone through for...
Well, 8 points.
He's brought it back. He's brought it back.
I thought he went like that and
yeah,
waved
he
it
did,
on.
but he's just, I don't know why, but he's
checked
blew
his
the
decision.
whistle.
He's kicking
well, so the ball's going to come back now to Riley, who's on for options. Leads now made by Bab. It looks like he's going to go long, and again wide goes to the pocket. McLeod favored by the kick. He takes the mark and will kick from about 30 metres out. Bit of an angle here.
Action Jackson.
But on the right side for a right footer. Jerkovic the lead. I don't think I'd go there whether I was 20 metres out with Jerker.
Good call.
Have a shot, young fella. So Jackson McLeod comes in from the forward pocket, 30 metres out. Kicks on goal. Looks nice off the boot. The umpire does not move in the goal square. That's through for a major.
Anderton and Bowyer. Oh, Anderton took it. Got a handball away to Jerkovic. Jerkovic quickly kicked towards centre half forward. Good contest. One on then there with Jackson McLeod and David Popovsky. Gets a handball to brother Nick. Nick tries to get a kick away. Picked up by Brent McLeod. Heading goalwards, but in the way is Kazina for Belpost. Takes the mark. Oh, switches play to the outer side. All Belpost out there. Farah takes the mark. He's run, he's had 3 bounces, continues to run, he's had 4, he gets to centre wing, then kicks long towards forward 50. Bowyer makes a contest there, gets the ball to ground. At ground level, it's Dale Menzies, shovels the ball along, only as far as Bowyer for Belpost Hill. The handball back finds Highland. Been pretty quiet today, Christian Highland. He's immediately tackled. Umpire says no prior opportunity, and the ball will be put in the air. Half forward flank for Belpost Hill. 7 minutes gone, third quarter. And the ball at half forward for Belpost Hill. Kicking to the northern end. The tap down comes to Page. Around the corner, up very, very high. coming for the football and not able to take the mark was... couldn't see. There's a whistle on play.
It's a key kick to Lewis.
So maybe the umpire suggested deliberately out of bounds. And Nathan Lewis from just inside 50 on the boundary.
He swooped on it, didn't he?
This is not beyond him, actually. Certainly you get the distance. As players are complaining that he's cribbing some ground or whatever. Joe Jerkovic has got it right now. The umpire says you're on the mark. Nathan Lewis moves in on the boundary. It's a good-looking kick for distance, a magnificent kick. Unfortunately, just off 51. They lead Thomson 7-6-48. The Grandy Cycles third quarter scoreboard, 8 minutes gone.
Madden kicks the ball out, goes to Andon, handballs to Highland, comes around the boundary line looking for Riley, but unfortunately the target again not received, and it's picked up there by Lima. Goes to Page to Farah. Farah again pushing forward to Hemley, and Big Chris Hemley has taken the mark inside 50, so in the position again to have a shot on goal. So he's looking to pass the ball off, but I think he should go back and have a look at the goal square, because I think he's a great kicker of the football. He goes short, and nobody on Urquhart who's come out and marked the ball some 35 metres out from goal.
Bit reluctant to test the hammy out in the long kick, perhaps.
Just after half time, you reckon I might have stiffened up, do you think?
Yeah, could be a chance, and I'm led to believe that might have been how it happened.
Gee, some of these turnovers are going to be very costly, I think, at the end of the day, Eric, for one of these sides, and you've got to try and, I know it's under pressure and it's a final, but you have to hit your targets.
So Urquhart comes in now from 40 metres out, almost directly in front. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. That's a great kick at goal, and Will Urquhart kicks his.
It's behind as the ball goes in the air, up high, Bowyer and McLaren. McLaren's second effort gets the ball to Riley. He's immediately tackled. No opportunity, said the umpire, and he will move in, and Thomson have gained about 10 metres. But the ball's still in the middle of the ground. 10 minutes gone, third quarter, as McLaren and Bowyer. They contest. Bowyer wins that down. Jerkovic in front of Lewis on that occasion, kicks towards half forward. David Popovsky edged Jackson McLeod under the footy. More Machovic's gone back into trouble. Handball straight back to Jackson McLeod. Jackson McLeod off a step's gone bang. There's the answering goal immediately for Thomson.
So the ball's been brought back to the centre. McLaren over the top of Bowyer this time, but Bowyer at ground level picks the ball up, knocks the ball forward, and players now playing a bit of aerial ping pong as they call it. But the ball's finally come to Travis Fursland, kicks the ball in towards half forward. Leading in the race for the ball is Peacock, does well, meets the ball well. Sean Lewis though picks the ball up, handballs to Tar, a chance to shoot on goal. It's gone up high, heading towards the goal square or the boundary line, and it's gone through for a minor score. So Justin Tar behind 9-4 now to Bellpost Hill.
Casino's going on.
Thomson side 8-6. So Nick Madden with the duties doing the kicking in now from full back. Looks to go straight down the ground. Harriet's the target. That's where he goes. Harriet up high but front and square. Jerkovic, right spot, kicks the ball on the left. Goes towards centre half forward. Bab can't get his arms up. Picked up by McLeod. Goes to his brother in McLeod, and that's Brand. A poor kick going forward. Effective. Goes into the hands of Jones. Jones to Bab. All he needs to do is straighten up. Can he put him in front?
He can.
Yes, he can. Jeremy Babb, his third goal for the afternoon, 9 goals.
And Bellpost still realised the game on here. McLaren again gets a tap down, this time to Riley. The quick clearance for Thomson once again. It's inside forward 50. Highland doesn't take the mark, picks it up. In fact, it was Jackson McLeod to Highland by hand to Riley. Riley now. The leads come from Nick Maharis, and there's a mark to the coach. Decides to play on quickly, goes goalwards. Not a good kick, but I tell you what, it's good enough. No, it's left-hand side of the tall timber, and only behind to Nick Maharis. Realised he couldn't get the distance, I think, but it's 9-7-61 Thomson, 9-4-58 Bellpost Hill. The Grandy Cycles third quarter scoreboard. Almost
great mark.
Gone. And that's a great mark there from Highland coming across in front of Martin, a bit like Michael O'Loughlin last night, but no blood coming from the lip this time.
Kick number 10 for Highland.
So Highland, he goes short, has Riley, who's also become a pretty effective player in this quarter. Has the mark, only gained that full 10, and Brett Martin asked a question. Now Riley goes longer, back to the hot spot. Now we're going directly down the ground. Disco up and over the top. O'Reilly it was, comes to the back, kicked off the ground, leads in the race for the ball. In to shoot is Fursland. A good shepherd there from Maharis. Ball has gone over the boundary line and will be thrown back into, knocks the ball to Farah. Riley nearly picks it off, goes to Carr, goes to Fursland by hand, misses the target. Riley picks the ball up, kicks round the corner.
It was a handball.
hands off. He did
Handball.
miss the target.
14 and a half minutes gone. Lewis kicks to himself and runs on. He's kicked it very, very wide toward the flank. Fursland's his target and marks. Fursland, unmarked, decides to play on, goes towards centre wing. He's got Luke Parker out there, takes the mark, draws a player, handball over the top, and that's good professional football, Tommy Harriet. As I'll tell you what, Luke Parker didn't enjoy the what was going on, but I think no, the umpire's a little bit late. He's missed it all, I reckon, because now the ball's at the other end of the ground. Mitchell for Thomson. I kept watching behind the play there, and the ball moved very rough flank for Belpost Hill. Up high, getting the tap down is Baxter for Thomson, but at ground level. There's a player brought down off the footy there, and a lovely kick to position. Will Urquhart again, inside forward 50, has taken the mark. Inside kicking distance, I'd suggest, and a good chance for his second goal of the quarter here to Will Urquhart, and to regain the lead for Belpost Hill. At the moment, they're 4 points behind before this kick. So Will Urquhart now, man on the mark, 35 out, directly in front. Urquhart now, the right footer, moves in. Good looking kick off the boot. It's gone straight, it's gone accurate, and it's over the goal umpire's second goal for the quarter. He's really letting the umpires have it.
So ball back in the centre. Tar does the ruck work, gets it down, goes to Parker, to Lewis, to Fursland, and now they're starting to run. They bring the ball forward again, and it's found Sean Lewis inside 50. He'll go back and have a shot on goal from about 45, and I think this will just test him just that little bit, this kicking distance. But a very reliable kick on goal is Sean Lewis. Not as big a kick as his brother, but all very effective. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire goes straight back, looks straight up, and that's a nice finish there from Sean. So ball back in the centre. McLaren gets up, taps the ball forward, goes to Highland, who doesn't pick it up, kicks off the ground, goes towards Babbitt, centre half forward. He can't take possession, but Riley does, goes to McLeod, has a chance to steady, or could have steadied a little bit more. Unfortunately, just the pressure got to him a little bit, I think, and it's gone ball to Brad Martin at full back, goes wide, looking for Ferguson. He's working hard off half back now, kicks round the corner, and it's a nice looking kick, favours the running Farah. Farah crosses over centre wing, goes half forward. Oh, Hemley had to stop and prop, but it's come over the top. Hurst picks the ball up. Running players becoming involved in the game, now goes forward, but it's gone out of bounds on the full.
They're not getting back quick enough, and they've got to be a little bit careful, because they're going to have the running power to move the ball on quickly into their forward line.
So Blokes has created Dale on that far side is Fursland, hasn't he?
No, he's run pretty hard. So the ball's come out and it's been transferred to centre wing. A free kick's been given to Gage. I'm not too sure what for.
10 kicks for Thursland.
So Gage still buckled over. Free kicks now to go to Dowie. Goes inside to Jerkovic, who's taken the mark. Still defensive end of the ground, now looking towards centre wing, goes short, so that's a better kick from Jerkovic, finds McLaren on true centre wing. He now goes forward, swings onto the left foot, looking for Maharis behind Kazina, reaches over the top, does well. Highland just missed the run of the ball, goes back and gets it now. Pressure there from the Belpost Hill side. Sees a ball up to be taken right on the 15-metre arc.
That's the better decision, because the tackle was over the shoulder. The trailing umpire picked it because the other umpire was blind.
Yeah, it was good roving by Spud Highland. He didn't achieve his objective, but he was there front and square and was able to get the ball.
So Highland now goes short, looking for McLeod. Oh, that's a good stretch. And Jackson McLeod has taken the mark 40 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle. And we will have a good look at the ball here, because it's going to be right in our flight path, I think. So Jackson McLeod, chance to kick his third for the afternoon.
This is an important kick in this game, Laurie.
Very important. Couldn't be in a better bloke's hands, though.
Goes back. Good steady approach on goal. Kicks on goal, comes off the boot, swings back. That is a goal. A goal, his third for the afternoon.
On the all-important third quarter is the ball in the middle. Tar and McLaren. Sean Lewis, middle of the ground, gets the kick out of the pack, goes towards half forward. Nathan Lewis diving forward. Somehow he's broken the... Jay Jerkovic has somehow been shifted, or there's been a change here, and Dale Menzies there on Nathan Lewis. Not a good kick off the boot, but it's well inside forward 50. Defensive Thomson here under real pressure, and they've answered the challenge as Jones picks it up, kicks towards and finds Peacock. Comes in to do the ruck work. Gets the ball, handballs to Jerkovic. Jerkovic middle of the ground to Brent McLeod. Brent doesn't take the mark. Babs doing the roving. Can't pick it up, however. Nick Popovski does for Belpost Hill. Long kick inside 54 that side. It's defence here wanted. Peacock picks it up. Sees the lead come from Mitchell. Doesn't reach him, however. Gets the footy. Handball to advantage. Riley runs straight into a tackle. Handball back to, was that
Brent?
Brent McLeod, and only finds Martin. Martin plays on quickly. Kicks into the man on the mark. Anderton attacks the footy. Riley also. Handball to Anderton. In there is Babs. Tackled high and will get the free kick certainly. And a few of the Thomson players not at all happy about the attention there to Jeremy Babb. The umpire has
50.
indicated he's not happy either, and it's a 50-metre penalty to the Thomson player. So late tackle, it was high, and 50-metre penalty to Thomson. 23 minutes gone. They'll need to get it down pretty quickly as Tom Harriott sneaks through the interchange bench back onto the ground.
Justin Tarr was right on his case.
Justin Tarr was right on it, but for a key forward, Jeremy Babb should be a chance here. The man in the mark's now inside 50, but it'll take a very good kick. 23 minutes gone, third quarter, as Jeremy Babb now moves in. Better approach than the last time, and that's a much better kick. In fact, it's a beautiful kick off the boot. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal. And that's goal.
Again, Anderton up against Bowyer. Anderton maybe gets the ball down this time to Parker. Lewis again running forward. Band's ball doesn't come back to him, but Parker running in behind in support. Kicks the ball to the goal square. Peacock comes out. He can't take the mark on the goal square. Hurst working hard. Runs the ball towards the boundary line. Highs over the top of it. Can he feed it out? Trying to. Players converge. Umpires letting it go, but can do it for no longer, and it will be thrown up in the forward pocket. Thomson again trying to defend to hang on to this lead. We've gone 24 and a half minutes, third quarter. The Grandy Cycle scoreboard, so a slender margin to the Thomson side. Ball's knocked away towards the boundary line. Urquhart running towards the ball, but unfortunately...
And he didn't do it, and it's in the hot spot at the moment for them.
So ball's come back into play now, picked up by Riley, by hand to Denneman. Denneman towards centre wing, goes to that direction. Jones probably interfered with in the flight of the ball, but no free kick. Good work there, we'll say. Goes to Lewis, over the top to Farah. All met heavily by O'Coley. Player running at the ball now is Page. Going to O'Coley at ground level.
Great
knocks the ball forward. Gage, big pick up for a big fella. Now gets around. I don't know whether he tried to bounce it or what he's trying to do, but he's finally picked it up again. Looks to feed the ball out by hand and does to McLeod. Now to Mitchell. Mitchell round the corner. Harriett's the target up in front, and Harriett takes a mark in front of Martin. Inside 50. Will kick from 45 metres. And a good, reliable person to have the ball in the hands of once again. So
he
Tom Harriott
probably preferred to go on there, Dale, didn't he? But there was no one in the goal square.
Could test him as well.
25, nearly 6 minutes gone. He goes short and finds Jones. So Jones takes the mark. Better position, some 10 or 15 metres closer to goal.
I think that was a good choice, actually, Dale, to drop that in there. And
so I guess you don't test your hammy, and a long kick could affect it.
So now Jones comes in, kicks on goal. It's not a good-looking kick off the boot. Goes to the goal square.
Oh, Jackson
nearly come into the hands of the player in the goal square, but Popovsky sees it through for give it a rush behind to the Thomson side, which moves them now to 11 goals 9. They lead Belpost Hill 11 goals 4.
So the quick kick in comes for Belpost Hill. And new player on the ground there who we haven't got listed, but it comes undone because Nick Maharis on centre wing takes the mark. Handball to Highland. Highland goes forward to nobody in particular. Harriett can't reach the footy. Handball to a nest of Belpost Hill players. Nathan Lewis takes control of it. Kicks it straight down the corridor. That's where he needs to be going. Bowyer takes the mark. Now they've created the loose man as the handball goes over the top to Sean Lewis. Runs inside 50. Oh, under pressure. He's sprayed it to the right-hand side. And does get it behind, but an opportunity perhaps gone begging there for Belpost Hill. 11-5-71. They trail Thomson 11-9-75 to Grandy Cycle's third quarter scoreboard. 27 minutes gone.
Ball's moved quickly now to centre wing, and Anderton had the ball, but a poor-looking kick going forward. Finds Cassina, and Cassina takes a relieving mark off cross half back. So Cassina now looking for options. Has Martin running down the ground. Harriett chasing him. Cassina hasn't looked that way now. It's going to go straight down the line and goes now towards Nick Popovsky. Over the top, Riley. It was Coley. Comes to Gage now at ground level. Has a chance to steady. Long kick going forward.
Jackson.
McLeod leads in the race for the ball. Has some 5-metre break, but Popovsky makes it up quickly. McLeod's good. Goes on the left. Kicks round the corner. and ball goes through for a minus.
Just couldn't guide it through the big sticks.
So Popovsky comes in, goes short, finds Sean Lewis. Now he in turn goes short again, looking for and trying to find Casina, but it's only found Maheris. Maheris kicks round the corner, goes towards Goldie, running back with the flight of the ball. He takes the mark in front of Page and will go back and shoot for goal. Only a 25 to 30 metre kick out, 45-degree angle. So Josh Urcoli comes in. Chance maybe to stretch that margin to 2 goals or 11 points, and it's made it in just to the right-hand side. It's a goal.
Okay, so we've got some change to the side as McLaren tries to take the ball down the middle, picked up there by Farah for Belpost Hill. Quick kick well inside 50. Hurst leads in the race for the footy, picks it up, hooks it around the body, but hooks it straight over the boundary.
The ground, that's probably where it should have went.
Was under pressure though, Laurie. Would have been a huge hook around to do that.
True.
The ball just chipped in defence to Christian Highland. Thomson need just to retain possession here now. Almost 30 minutes gone in the quarter. Highland goes low and skimming to the outer wing, taken by Mitchell. Mitchell handball to Highland, who's run on. He kicks now towards centre wing. Urcoli again underneath the footy. Oh, crashing through there with good speed as Nick Popovsky looks for Hemley. Can't take the mark at half forward. Great tackle, Denneman. And Thomson have hung on as the siren sounds at three-quarter time. And I think we've got game on in the elimination final, because at three-quarter time, Thomson 12-10, 80.
Don't worry about that.
Absolutely right. And the clock is now running as the siren's gone and the ball's in the air. Final quarter, elimination final. Neither ruckman get a clear tap down. The ball's still in the centre circle. Umpire giving them a chance to get it out now. He says that's enough. And we'll do it all again. Ball still in the centre circle. And this all-important last quarter of the 2007 elimination final. One side, mothballs after the final siren, that the ball's pushed forward for Thomson. It's a half forward. Mitchell, a nice little handball to Brent McLeod. Brent McLeod to full forward. Oh, Tommy Harriott, I think he might have pushed his opponent under that. Free kick advantage paid. David Popovsky brings the ball clear for Belpost Hill. Finds Fursland. Fursland on the centre wing, decides to play on quickly. Kicks it over the head there of... well, it's not a good kick. It's kicked to space, end of the ground, as Bowyer eases his opponent out of it. Gets a handball to Page. Page tries to handball to Parker. Parker now kicks goalwards. Denneman does well. Gets the hand in, and Baxter now. He supports him. Follows up. Little chip pass to Dale Menzies. He drops the footy, recovers, but he's got nobody to kick to. Goes to the boundary. Urcoli's done well. He's worked his way up from half forward to make a contest at half back. And at least Thomson have someone there to make a contest, because it went to space. And
around there in the ground, but ball done by Anderson. Knocks the ball forward. Riley, it is at this time at ground level. He'll need to get the ball out. He's going to be pinged.
Yep.
Yes, he is. He pulled it underneath him, the umpire said, and I'll probably agree with him there. So Joel Page takes the resulting free kick, goes forward in a hurry. Denneman again, able to get hands on ball, assists Peacock. Peacock goes back and collects it, is tackled, puts the ball down, the umpire said. So behind, Bowyer taps the ball, tries to put it back in the hot spot, but running to the call of the ball is Jerkovic on the left foot, comes wide, looking for Bab. Will need to get possession because he's 1 on 2. Does well so far at ground level. Both players work hard. Popovsky now gets the front position. Support comes. Oh, a bounce that favours Bab this time. Goes back to Maheris. He goes forward looking for Harriott. Favoured by the kick. Oh, good strong mark by Tom Harriott. That makes the difference. I think just that kick to the favoured side. He didn't have to change momentum, and a good strong mark. So Casina, unfortunately, not a lot he could do with that kick. And a good strong mark, as we said, to Tom Harriott. So now a good finish would be a good result for the Thomson side. He comes in, kicks on goal. Umpire going to get a distance. Yes, it has. It's a goal to Tom Harriott. He's been here before. So handed an in-ruck with Bowyer. Bowyer knocks the ball forward, and Belpost Hill players running forward, but the hand comes to Mitchell from Highland. Highland goes back to Maheris. Sean Lewis cuts it off, but McLeod, and that's Brent this time, takes the free kick, finds Anderson. He does trap the ball and does well inside. Goes out wide looking for Jerkovic, but pace there from Fursland. Jerkovic, smart, comes back on his left foot. Only got 1 foot, should have known that. Goes towards half forward. And O'Reilly, he's got beans in his boots today because he's jumping high, but Fursland's working extremely hard. Gets back to assist, goes to Matjevic, goes short, round the boundary line, just failing to hit to Lewis. He does well at ground level though, keeps the ball in play, comes back to Fursland. Matjevic's kick is spoiled there by a player in Jones, I think. He kicks the ball over the boundary line. Looks back at the umpire pretty quickly, looking towards the city end, we'll call it. Bowyer taps the ball back. Good hands to Lewis. And Sean finishes with the ball. Now runs forward with Hersland. Goes back to Lewis, and that's Nathan. Has 2 bounces. There's his third. Will get towards 50 and shoot on goal. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. It's got the carry. It's through for a goal. Could this be the charge that they've been looking for? Nathan Lewis.
11 points the difference to Thomson. Tap down comes from Anderton. Bowyer's second effort is good. The ball to Farah. He can't get away either. Fierce tackling there from the Thomson midfield, and the ball is held up. Umpire will do it all again. Almost still in the centre circle as umpire steps in, puts the ball in the air. Big pack of players around there. Anderton does well, gets around Bowyer, and he's done pretty well in the contest. Fursland does well, drops the footy, throws it out the second time, picked up Brent McLeod. Handball went missing, and coming through there is Nick Popovsky, picks it up under pressure, gets the ball towards half forward. The ball bounces well for Luke Parker. Handball over the top to Sean Lewis. He can't control. He gets a handball out to Martin. Martin, the goal kicker in the last quarter, lines him up. Has he done it again? It just fades to the right-hand side. 7 minutes gone.
So Nathan Denham with the kicking in duties this time again. They persist to go short, and he finds Menzies. He feeds the ball back to the running Dowie. Dowie kicks outside 50 towards centre half back. Player there is Bowyer. Oh, good spoil there from McLeod. Comes to the front of the pack, and it's picked up by McLeod. Tackle from Martin to behind, and good chase down there from the attacking end. And Martin takes a resulting free kick, goes backwards and kicks forward now, looking for Tar. Works his way to the front in front of Peacock. Did hold the arms.
Tar's free kick.
I believe that was a correct decision also. He did tackle the arm there a bit. So Justin Tar, again, within range. We know he's a nice kick of the football from right on the 50-metre line. We will shoot for goal.
And he's going to be fresh because he had 3 kicks for the day.
So Justin Tar, a much-needed goal here for the Bell Post Hill side. We'll get him back to within 1 kick.
So Gage back on the ground. Brent McLeod off the ground.
Yeah, good move.
Now Tar comes in, gets to 50. Kicks the ball. Oh, it's a wobbly-looking kick. It's going to get to the goal square. Oh, strong mark in front to Bevan Hurst. Probably the smallest forward on the ground, has taken a strong mark in the goal square. And for this player, no trouble whatsoever. Go back, kicks the goal, and puts Bell Post Hill only 4 points behind.
He won't miss this.
I haven't said that. I've said that. Anyway, here we go. Bevan Hurst comes in. I tell you,
it's a banana.
He wouldn't have wanted any closer or any further away, because that's only just scraped
in the middle with the umpire, puts it in the air. McLaren again, tapped down, only as far as that was Farah, smothered off the boot, and Riley, kick off the ground towards half forward. Gage picks it up, comes around in the big circle. Oh, it's good
vision.
Vision, certainly, taken by Christian Highland. Man on the mark ran past him, so Highland goes goalwards and has missed to the left-hand side. 89 Thomson, 13-6. 84. The Bell Post Hill Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes gone, and the kick has come to half-back flank, taken by Carr. Goes looking for Lima. Doesn't take the mark. Good work there by Maharis. The left foot kick to Harriet. Harriet one way, then the other. Now he's come back on the favoured right foot. Goes goalwards. It's a good shot. Left-hand side as well. Thomson. 13-6, 84 Bell Post Hill Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 10.5 minutes gone.
Ball's come to the centre of the ground. Play has been a free kick. Umpires not watching the play. It's got to come back. Unfortunately, Bell Post Hill had moved the ball deep into attack, and Sean Lewis gets the free kick at centre half back.
Do you reckon at this part of the game now, though, Dale, the pressure's on everybody. You've got to find your targets. Your decision-making's got to be spot on as well.
And you've got to kick goals, Laurie.
And exactly right, Eric. And you've got to do everything right now, and do something wrong, it could cost.
Look at his options down the ground. He goes long towards half forward. Martin leads out, so does Page. Over the top, Dowie gets the ball to the front of the pack, and it's Page who's first there. Able to go around on the left foot, goes wider again. Pressure there, Madden, good use of the body, and Nick Madden takes the mark across half back. So now Thomson players start to push forward, goes short, finds Jerkovic, has McLaren wider. That's where he goes to. Daniel McLaren able to play on by hand, goes to Highland. Highland able to steady. A short kick, can it hit its target? No, it can't. Goes over the top, and a mark taken there by Popovsky. David goes wide, looking for and finds Matjevic. So Matjevic now running through the centre of the ground. He goes long towards the half-forward line. Bowyer, who's pushed forward in has a yard of pace, but unfortunately a 2-on-1 situation. Madden doesn't take the first one, goes back and collects it, goes to Menzies, now has a chance to kick the ball, runs around Bowyer, goes long along the boundary line, looking for a Coley. Oh, Sean Lewis goes back, unable to finish off the mark. He almost had it. Now the ball's gone over the boundary line, and so the ball's thrown back into play. It goes to the back of the pack, and Highland knocks the ball forward. Jerkovic, important touch, but the kick's not good. Goes towards Carr. Carr now able to run out of defence. Handballs backwards to Lima. Lima kicks towards the half-forward line. Targets is Urquhart. Urquhart, players fall over each other. Urquhart runs inside 50, shoots on goal, comes back with the flight. That is a goal to the Bell Post Hill side, and
13.5-minute mark. The ball in the air again. McLaren again gets the tap down in the middle, goes out wide. Jerkovic picks it up. He's taken forward by Farah. Umpire says not in the back, and they've been paying that most of the day as well. Perhaps the whistle's gone away in this last quarter. It comes back to McLaren, forced onto his right foot, goes towards half forward.
Jackson
and well, there was a misunderstanding, I reckon, there from the Thomson players as the ball comes back to the middle of the ground for Bell Post Hill. Jerkovic got cramp in the middle of the ground as the chip forward goes to Nathan Lewis. He runs forward just outside 50, just chips it, looking for Brad Martin. And the opportunity here for Brad Martin, the assistant coach for Bell Post Hill, at the 14-minute mark to put them in front for the first time in the second half. So Brad Martin now has already one goal to his credit, and well within distance. 40 metres out the man on the mark as Brad Martin now. Very careful, lining up, comes in. Good looking kick off the boot.
It's
happy
home.
with that. That's a goal. That's put them back in front, Bell Post Hill. And that's there.
Seems to favour that end. Anyway, we're back in the centre. McLaren up high, gets the ball going forward. Harriet coming off the back of the square, picks the ball up. Handballs to McLaren. He goes forward with a kick. Not a good-looking kick, but mark's not taken there by Popovsky. Maheras cleans up, goes wide. We'll be looking for McLeod in front. Ball's knocked to the front. Jones couldn't clear it up. Good support there from the Bell Post Hill side. Falls to Casina. Now to Riley, coming through the pack. Ball comes out in the tackle. Now with Gage. Gage kicks round the corner to the goal square. And through for a minor score. So that could be important in the context of the game. 13-13. We've started play again. The ball comes to the pavilion side of the ground, and Jackson McLeod takes a good strong mark up in front. Will go back and put the ball deep into attack. Does so now. Long kick towards goal. Not a good looking kick. Falls short. Falls in the hands of Nathan Lewis. Comes out of defence. Takes one bounce. Goes long now. A nice looking kick. Favours Joel Page. And Page leading up in front of Dowie. So the run definitely with the Bell Post Hill side now. Good kick short. Going forward. Urquhart out in front of Denneman. Another good mark. Goes by hand to Farah. Farah short over the top. Looking for Hemley. And Hemley doesn't let him down. Takes the mark.
Big fella.
Outside 50.
Big stretch for the big man.
I suppose you want to test your hamstrings, you want to win a game of football. This is one he's got to go at, and I think he's well within his range here. So Chris Hemley, quite capable of getting the distance. There's been plenty of short stuff coming at him, but he's favoured to go back.
I've got the headsets on here, Dale. I hear people, kick the goal. Kick the goal, son.
So Hemley comes in, will kick from about 55. Comes in now. Makes good contact. It's going goalward. It's coming back.
It's home.
Oh, that's a huge kick.
So Chris Hemley, when the big fella needed to stand up.
Post Hill have opened up a bit of a margin. Bowyer all of a sudden lifted, tapped down to Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis on the left towards half forward. Dowie from behind. Good spoil. Goes out wide, kick along the ground from Jones of Thomson toward the boundary. And centre wing, Gage in the ruck against Bowyer. Neither ruckman get the footy as it comes to ground level. Sean Lewis to Farah by hand. Over the top to Carter by hand. Carter tagged immediately. 40-metre handball to Brad Martin. Handball to Nathan Lewis. Nathan Lewis, the icing on the cake. I reckon the umpire's coming back to the middle. Nathan Lewis has kicked his foot.
Here, I would think, if they don't start moving forward. Again, Bowyer up over the top, goes to Farah. Pressure from behind from Harriet it was, but it's just got Farah a little bit high, and the free kick goes to Daniel Farah back in the centre of the ground. So the favour, the run, all starting to happen for Bell Post Hill now. as we get to this important stage of this last quarter. Players are running forward. He goes long. Target again will be Hemley. Martin behind. Hemley just easy the player underneath the ball. Comes to the back. Madden picks it up. Goes to Menzies. Feed the ball out. This time to Gage. Gage ambles through half back. Goes short. And a nice kick there and finds Harriet. Harriet plays on quickly. Targets Maheris. Good kick again. Goes over the top. Running players required. And that's Jones. So Jones goes forward. Looking for McLeod over the top. Basely. Good pressure. Goes back to retrieve the ball. First there, but McLeod dives on top of him. Holds him up. Could be an important call here. The umpire sees the ball come out. Lets it go on. Kicked round the corner. And only as far as the boundary line because it's been touched off the boot. Margin and time running out. Over the top. Bannerton kicks down. Goes to Maheris. A kick round the corner is smothered. Goes back. Finds Jerkovic. Has time to steady. Kicks round the corner. And through for a minor score. So maybe this kicking is going to be cost at the end of the day. But they're still working hard towards that result.
So 13-14-92 Thomson, 17-6 108 Belpast Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 23 shots to 27. 27's behind. A huge kick in comes from Nathan Lewis to half back. Oh, great stretch mark there for Belpast by Carter. Plays on quickly now towards centre wing. The leads come from Martin. Takes the mark. And he's had a good second half, hasn't he, Brad Martin? He's on centre wing and he's umpiring as well as all the rest. And now I don't know what's transpired there, but they've talked the umpire and he's pretty keen on 50-metre penalties, umpire McElhenney. And there's another one. So Brad Martin now, an opportunity for another goal. So he's had a good afternoon, Brad Martin. 2 goals, 1, and kicked a vital goal in this last quarter. But now the opportunity to kick a third and really put the icing on the cake at the 22-minute mark of the final quarter. And it looks very much like it might be mothballs for Thomson very, very shortly, because Martin there from 50, it's a low skimming kick, got the distance, and if it's not a goal, it's a mark to Hurst, right on the goal line. And because it's on the goal line, between the goal post, he goes straight out in front of goals. No angle now. So this is certainly now the icing on the cake, because Bevan Hurst, he kicks his second goal now, and it is all over for Thomson, I think, because...
Ball back in the centre of the ground now. Bowyer with Anderton. Bowyer gets the second tap down, goes to Nathan Lewis. Again, pressure there from behind St Jones, but he's able to pick the ball up, running away from goal, gets wide towards the half-forward line. Dowie leads in the race for the ball, but unfortunately the bound back into play. Bowyer again gets tapped down, goes to Page. Page, a quick kick round the corner, going towards the half-forward line. Menzies can't take the first bounce, comes through. Hurst again can't pick the ball up, tries to paddle it through to Martin. Ball at ground level is picked up there by Sean Lewis. Handballs over the top to Arundel, and Nick Arundel goes at goal and has missed to the left-hand side.
So Denneman to bring the ball back in for Thomson, finds Highland, still inside defensive 50. Got to go... Let's go straight down the ground, and here down the line, Geelong Amateurs and Bellarine might have won by 5 points over Ocean Grove in their game. But in the meantime, the ball's at half forward now for Thomson. Mitchell overruns the footy. Handball comes back for the Belpost Hill side at ground level. Mitchell, little toe poke along, trying to find Jackson McLeod. He does the job himself, picks it up. A little chip pass has found... there's... Popovsky has got Jones. High. Shocking handball from Jones. Nick Maharis, he's under real pressure now. Handball back to Jones. A lot of mistakes. Very, very tired players out there now. Was Nathan Lewis finishing the game off full of running on the left foot towards centre wing. Bowyer can't take the mark. Behind him, Anderton picks it up, chips it towards half forward, and Tom Harriet takes the mark just inside the 50-metre arc, just chips it forward, and again, it's Noel Riley taking the mark. Almost looked like he was cramping then as he went forward. But Noel Riley at the 26-minute mark of the final quarter, an opportunity to finish the game off in a good manner for Thomson. All too little too late. Good kick off the boot, but it's faded left, only a behind. And that's really Belpost Hill, Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Final quarter scoreboard, 26.5 minutes gone. Here down the line, Ocean Grove back in front against Amateurs.
So now the ball's come out. It's gone to the hands of Highland that it was, who's chipped forward and found McLeod. So McLeod, right on the 50-metre zone, will shoot from that distance. Again, at this stage of the game, a testing kick, but he goes short. A good lead. Mark put down there by Babb, but he's incorrectly disposed of, or he's been pushed into the ground, and Jeremy Babb will take a free kick
if we can get
about
him up
30 metres out from goal.
If we can get him on his feet.
So Jeremy Babb going back to be shooting for his 5th goal of the afternoon. A good return from the young fella playing at centre forward today.
Yes, he's qualified.
He's a noted cricketer, isn't he?
Yep.
Yes, yeah, quite a good player.
So Babb has the chance to just reduce the margin somewhat. Comes in, will kick from about 30 metres out. It's a high-looking kick. It's gone across the face or just to the near side and through for a trail. Bell Post Hill 18-7, and we've gone 27.5 minutes.
The kick-in came from Carr, taken by Parker after disposing of Highland, and Highland complaining bitterly to the umpire, but it's come back now to Parker as Nick Mahara's made him earn that kick, and it's marked by Kazuna, middle of the ground. So Kazuna now chips it over the top. He's got Bowyer, who's had a great last quarter, and he takes the mark unopposed, middle of the ground. Bowyer now out wide to half forward flank. Page has made good position out there. Thought about, now he does decide to run on, just chips it to the lead there of Hemley. Oh, free kick Hemley, I would suggest. Rod Peacock, the horse racing might be down, but Rod Peacock rode him all the way into the ground there. And at the 28-minute mark, Chris Hemley will cap off a pretty fair game with an opportunity here to kick his 3rd goal. Last goal was an absolute bomb from outside 50. This one's from 20 yards out, 45-degree angle. So at the 28-minute mark of the last quarter, it is very close to all over here at St Albans. Certainly all over for Thomson for season 2007 as Chris Hemley moves in. Usually a very good shot on goal. This one, he's give him a rap, and what do they do to him? He's missed by an absolute...
He huddle at centre half back. Ball comes wide, looking for McLaren. Again, the target's not reached, and Arundel does well. Knocks it over the top to Martin. Martin quickly round the corner, finds Hurst. So a good bit of movement there from Brad Martin. Sees the ball with Bevan Hurst. Ball now with Hurst, looking to kick the ball into the goal square, and maybe another scoring opportunity. Hemley's asking for it to come long. But Hurst taking a fair bit of time here in this shot. Comes in now. Kicks on goal. Looks a nice kick off the boot. Again, just going to the near side and through for another minor score. Bevan Hurst has kicked the 9th behind for Bell Post Hill. They move to 18 goals 9. And Thomson 13-6.
From the kick in, Jackson McLeod took it very short in the back half. Good defensive work in the forward line for Bell Post Hill. Sees the ball back inside forward 50. Oh, Denneman absolutely ridden into the ground in the marking contest there by Will Urquhart, and will ensure he gets a free kick. He's pretty sore from that, and decides to handball to Jackson McLeod now. Not able to kick the footy, but the ball comes forward. At the back of the pack is Farah for Bell Post Hill. Just chips it to centre half forward, looking for Martin. And the Bell Park connection there, Farah to Martin. Martin just outside forward 50. And Dale, I reckon he'll have a shot from there.
Yeah, you got no doubt whatsoever. He'll go back and have another shot, although it's maybe just outside his range. But got the big fella back in the goal square. No, Hemley's just short of that. So Brad Martin looks pretty confident here. Coming in now, kicks from about 55. It's not a bad looking kick, but it won't make the distance. And the only man that went up there in that situation was Chris Hemley. There was some good body work, I think, in behind, and Rod Peacock's asking for the shepherd. Well, there you go, Geelong are back in front. So funny things have happened in football, but I can't see it happening just here.
No, long way from it.
So Chris Hemley.
31 minutes gone, Dale. I think the timekeepers have gone home.
So Chris Hemley comes in. Bit of an angle to deal with, but usually a reliable kick. But Eric said that in the last kick, and it went through for a behind. He's going the boomerang. Kicks the ball hard. He's put his hand in the air, but I think it's only to show that they've won the game, and it's through for a minor score. And that will end the Bell Post Hill, and they'll move.